Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Rogoria T. Today we are going to do a very sit down, let's talk type of video. And anyway you guys, as we celebrated the Springbok for bringing the trophy home, actually I was a little bit reluctant to sit down and do this video. I wanted to do this video yesterday, which was Saturday the 28th, but for some reason I couldn't, because the spirit here in the country is up and high. We were all hoping for the win and we got the win, and right now we are tired. People are making a lot of braais and we are anticipating a holiday tomorrow. President Cyril Ramaphosa, please help us with the holiday immediately. Anyway you guys, if I can successfully edit this video as of today, you may be getting it in the early hours of the morning tomorrow, which is Monday. And thank you very much for your support, and let's hop right into this video. And today we are going to talk about all things hair. How do I care about my hair? I'm going to take you into the depth of the hair situation for us to really be able to define, categorize our hair properly, so that we can be able to care for our hair in the right manner. And anyway you guys, we have about 4 types of hair. We have the straight hair, the wavy hair, the curly hair, and then we have the afro hair, or the curly, kinky, the coily type of hair. And by the way you guys, for the straight hair, obviously it will be for Asian and white people. And then we have the wavy hair, which will be fine from the Indian, in which you'll find from a different ethnic, I must say, if I may have to say ethnic, or a different group of type of people. And then with us, the African, you'll find that our hair is quite kinky and our hair, it is very coily. And anyway you guys, this type of hair that you'll find with us black people, mostly from Africa, originating from Africa, even if maybe you can find yourself anywhere in the world, but originally if you can originate from Africa, then you are most likely to be in the type 4 hair category. And by the way you guys, our hair is normally called the afro. It will be those voluminous hair, the hair that cannot really lay flat. Our hair can barely lay flat, especially in its natural state. It cannot lay flat. Professionals always say type 4 hair is largely the most driest and the most wired and the most afro, or the kinky, or the coiliest hair. Our type of hair normally shrinks on its natural state. Since our type of hair is categorized in 3, the very first type of hair that you will have for black people, it will be the type 4A, which is the type of hair that has an S pattern, and it is very thick and it has a lot of volume you guys. It tends to grow in the direction of going high, not really laying down flat. And in most cases you guys, people with type 4A type of hair, they will always do the easiest to wash and go, because that type of hair maintenance, it is actually works for their hair type. Now you guys, if you think that your hair is type A, there is a way to care for your type of hair. I may not know all the details, but I'm going to give you some information which I think I've been able to access, which is that when you are going to wash your hair, if you are having type 4A, you need to do a pre-shampoo. They say it's pre-poo. You need to apply your essentials oil before you wash your hair. And then you guys, let's come to the second category, which is 4B. The type of hair that is categorized as 4B is the type of hair that has the Z pattern. The manner in which the type 4B shrinks, it is not that much as the type 4C. Type 4C, it is the most highest shrinking hair that you have seen in the black people or people of color, if that is how you describe yourself, or in the African people, in people that you find in Africa. Now the best way to care for your type 4B, it is entirely by the use of coconut oil and the castor oil. You need to apply those type of essential oils to ensure that your hair is well fed and it is well nourished and it is well moisturized and cared for. And normally they say type 4B, it is the less strong texture, unlike the type 4A. The type 4A is considered the much stronger because it's quite thick, and that way it does not break as easy as the type 4B. If your hair type is 4B, do not detangle while it is dry, do not manipulate it while it is dry. Ensure that you apply a lot of moisture and a lot of essential oils. When type 4B hair is wet, it is easy for you to detangle it. You can use your wide tooth comb, you can use your fingers, you can even use a brush if you may. You need to use a brush to ensure that the hair is nicely detangled before you can even manipulate it, but do that while it is still conditioned. And then now let's come to the third one, which is the type 4C. Now when it comes to the type 4C, we're talking to the textures like this one that I have right here. I think for each and every one of us, when it comes to actually determining which hair type we have, some people even end up saying I have type Z, because they think classifying your type of hair, it is quite not easy for some of us, because you find a lot of people being a mixed races. So that way some people are really battling to define their hair type. Now when we go to what professionals are saying about our hair, they say our hair as African, if you think of yourself as black African with type 4C hair, they say your hair is a mixture of type 4A and type 4B. But that way it makes our hair to be way too shrinking. Our hair shrinks a lot. I will tell you about my hair. Growing up, I used to have this coarse, strong hair, and anyway, you guys, it was almost impossible for me to even try to attempt to comb my hair as a child. And that way, I would find ways and means of not even combing my hair, which resulted to my mother ensuring that I always had my hair cut and not really allowing me to have a long hair, because my hair has been classified by people that I see in the street. And then I think in the simple South African language they will say my hair was stekare, meaning it's coarse and it's hard and it is very curly, like coily, like coily. But anyway, you guys, when it comes to the shrinkage of type 4C, this type of hair, it easily shrinks. Either you put on your head wrap, it just shrinks to the lowest level possible. Unlike the first two that I have mentioned and talked about, caring for our type of hair, it is quite tricky if you don't know your texture, because some of these type 4C hair, we have the fine soft ones, and then we have the coarse ones like mine. If your 4C hair is the soft and fine type of hair, it is less likely to be tangling, and it is easy to even like comb it through with your comb. I always see those type of people able to even comb their hair when they are not even wet. Just when they are damp, they are able to even comb it right through. But if you have a coarse hair, strong hair like the one that I always classify myself as having, mine is type 4C, but it's very coarse and very curly. Believe you me, my hair can shrink beyond repair. Now, how do I personally care for my type of hair? And anyway, you guys, I ensure that I moisturize my hair. I do that 2 to 3 times a week. I ensure that I spritz water on a daily basis. Yes, they say if you apply water to your hair every day, if you wash your hair every day, you are most likely to have a very dry scalp. You are most likely to have a dry hair that is going to be easily breaking, which I think, as for me, on a daily basis, this is what I do. I'll first start by applying water to ensure that my hair is damp. I'll go ahead to apply moisturizer. Normally the one that I'm applying lately, or that I've been applying ever since I cut my hair, it's Revlon Gel Activator Moisturizer and Conditioner. That way my hair has benefits of both worlds, which is moisturizing and as well as conditioning. I can't condition my hair on a daily basis, so that way I ensure that I use the product that has both moisturizer and conditioner. On an everyday basis, this is what I do to care for my hair. I always sleep with a bonnet. By the time when I didn't have a bonnet, I was using a hair wrap that is quite silky to ensure that overnight I don't strip the hair, the moisture, I don't strip the hair, the oils, I don't strip the hair, all the food that I had applied. And there are a lot of benefits, you guys, in using a certain head wrap. For someone that does not know what is a certain, I know it's not been long that I have learned what type of a cloth is a certain. I think the most common way it will be your silk head wrap. This is how we used to classify that type of cloth. In little to few cases, I will use a pantyhose, which at some point I realized that it was actually cutting my hair, not cutting my hair when I comb it, but it was actually rolling my hair and easily breaking. In the morning following the use of a head wrap, I try to detangle my hair with my finger as much as possible, because I don't like to manipulate my hair. It is not on its natural state, because I always do a blowout, soften it, because I can't have this hair without any type of softening. It is the dearest coarse hair that anyone can have. And by the way, you guys, how often do I do my blowout? I do my blowout as and when I think my hair is ready, I have enough of growth, and I normally use the protective hairstyles to care for this hair of mine, especially in winter, because it is during that time of the season where the hair gets to be too dry and it's going under a very harsh transitioning from the hot season to the cold season. And anyway, you guys, depending on where you are staying, if you are staying in the coastal side, closer to the sea, those areas they are quite humid, so the air or the wind there is a little bit different, like the wind or the air that we find in the industrial areas, like many other cities where there are no seas or where there are no oceans. I think it's the ocean, or you call it the sea. For us who are staying in the industrial areas, like myself, I'm staying in industrial areas, there is a lot of pollution on the air, and I always ensure that I wash my hair twice a month. I ensure that each and every time I wash my hair, I do not miss conditioning my hair. After a protective hairstyle, if I did a protective hairstyle, I will always ensure that I deep condition my hair. I don't have a hood dryer. I think that is what it's called. After applying my conditioner, I always wear a plastic on my head. Then I will go ahead and put on a bonnet or a head wrap, just to ensure that there is a little bit of heat that my hair gets to receive from whatever head wrap or bonnet that I'm going to use. But using a bonnet, from my personal experience, I find that it is beneficial for me because my hair gets to experience a lot of heat, and that way the deep conditioner gets to be effective even if I don't have the resources. I used to take my hair to the salon, even though it is not something that I used to do like often. Maybe twice or 3 times a year I would take my hair to the salon in the township. You know, the salon in the township, they don't have a lot of resources. They actually have shampoo, they barely have a hair treatment, they barely have hair mayonnaise, they barely have a lot of things. They barely even have hair conditioner. After taking my hair to the salon, what I used to do when I arrived at home was that 2 weeks down, I would wash my hair, I would make my own deep conditioning. In doing my own deep conditioning, I used to, please believe, I used to take an egg and put it on my hair and just ensure that I condition my hair with the egg, because right there I was not able to afford your hair conditioner, much as they are affordable, but I could not afford them. So during that time, taking 2 eggs was the cheapest thing that I could ever do for myself. So I would take some 2 eggs, I would just whisk them and then apply on my hair, wrap it for 10 to 15 minutes, then wash my hair and go ahead to base my hair with the hair food. And I normally use the hair food that has aloe vera and the ones that have a lot of essential oils that are good for your hair. I'm not one that subscribes to apple cider vinegar. I'm not using apple cider vinegar. I'm not using any hair supplements. And what do I actually use to wash my hair? I use 2 different types of shampoo. I use the shampoo that is a detangling shampoo or a restoring shampoo. If I used a restoring shampoo, I'm going to use a detangling conditioner to ensure that my hair does not detangle. But most of the time in detangling my hair, be it that I did a protective hairstyle or not, I will always detangle my hair with my finger. I will always work around my hair with my finger. I hardly ever use a comb. If ever I do use a comb, that is when I comb just the roots of my hair, and not anywhere take the comb and be like enjoy combing my hair like that way. I don't do that kind, you guys. I don't do it because one thing that I think I'm aware of is the fact that my hair is not a straight hair, and even if it happens that I do relax my hair will not be classified as straight. So that way it will never be treated in a manner that white people or people with a straight hair treat their hair. Definitely not. Before I could even afford to do the protective hairstyling, this is what I used to do, because I started using wigs I think about 3 to 4 years back, but not too long. I think I started using wigs from 2020, if my mind serves me correctly. And all these years I wasn't using any protective hairstyling. But one thing that I would do during the transitioning and anything in between is to ensure that if I'm not going anywhere, my hair is always tacked under a head wrap. So using a head wrap used to work for me. Even right now, you guys, since I'm not going to be putting any wig anytime soon, until maybe we're transitioning to the winter time, I'm not going to be using any wigs until that time. So what I do as of now until such time, it is that I always ensure that when I come from work or when I come back from wherever I went during the day, I always grab my bonnet, I always put it on, I always ensure that my hair is tucked under. Even when I sit, I ensure that my hair, it does not rub against anything. I try to minimize the things that could actually help my hair to be tangling. So as a child, my mother used to say, because you always play under the water, the tap water, not a swimming pool. We never had swimming pool where I actually grew up in a rural area where there were no swimming pool. Not even a white person was ever been seen by me. Anyway, you guys, since my mother kept saying that my hair was growing much quicker, was growing rapidly because I was playing underwater too much, I think I took that too hard. By the time when I started to blow out my hair, to relax my hair, or to use a perm on my hair, one thing that I will always do is that after applying all the moisturizer, or before applying all the moisturizer, I will always put some water onto my hair. Even if there is water running, I don't have a bottle. Alright, you guys, I'm sorry to be showing you this bottle, but when it's no longer having the product that it has right here, which is the setting spray, it can be used as a hairspray if you can put water in here, or even add essential oils. You can add your essential oil, but ensure that you have a lot of water, more than essential oil. Each and every day before you apply, you just shake and then you apply onto your hair before you can even apply your moisturizers. That way your hair will always be nice and moisturized and cared for, and will always be hydrated. So that way, you guys, if there is anything that you need to take from this video, I will actually encourage all of you to less manipulate your hair when it's dry. Do not detangle your hair with a comb. Use your fingers to detangle, and if possible, apply conditioner when you are going to undo your hair, when you are going to do away the plaiting, or when you're doing your braids takedown. Ensure that you apply conditioner and some water, and ensure that you apply some essential oils. Like I always do, I apply oils when I'm going to undo my hair if I have plaited, or if I'm going to take down my braids. I always apply essential oils first and then apply my detangling spray. In a very rare situations, I do apply conditioner, but I like to ensure that every time when I wash my hair, I detangle my hair with a conditioner. I believe in conditioning our hair because that is the best way to detangle and the best way to keep your hair healthy and fresh and be good and healthy. Anyway, you guys, protecting your hair is as important as protecting your skin. And by the way, you guys, now that you see that I'm snatched, my makeup is on point, the hair is well on point, what I do each and every morning, be it that I'm going to work, be it that I have time, be it that I'm in a hurry, this is what I always do. I always do my hair first, and then I will always remove the hair product onto my face and then go to wash my face. I don't start by washing my face first and then do my hair after. I find that the product that you are using on your hair can easily go down onto your face, and that way you need to remove them when you wash your face. So I think one thing that I did not touch base on is the use of a hair dryer. For my hair, each and every time I wash it, I try by all means not to use a hair dryer on my hair. In case it's cold outside when I wash my hair, I always use the lowest setting of the hair dryer just to ensure that my hair gets to be dry, not to burn it. Because using heat on the hair that is not prepared for the heat can easily damage your hair. So that way, you guys, I avoid using any type of heat on my hair. I avoid that completely. And the next thing that I do, in case I'm going to use the lowest setting of the heat, if ever I'm going to use the lowest setting of the heat. So you guys, I normally let my hair to dry on its own naturally. One thing that I don't do to my hair, because I avoid manipulating my hair, I see a lot of people twisting their hair when they go to sleep. Maybe it works for them, God bless their ministry. It does not work for me, and kudos to you girls. If you're doing that, kudos to you. And one person that I once asked, why are you twisting your hair at night? And then she gave me an explanation that because her hair shrinks a lot, she twists it so that in the morning she retains the volume. So I think according to me, I care less about the volume, but one thing that I care about is a retention of my hair. If I can preserve my hair, then everything else will follow. So the only time that I find that my hair can actually keep the volume, if I made this hairstyle with a very wet hair and I did not apply any oil, I did not apply any moisturizer, just a hair food after washing, then I know that one thing that I need to deal with is going to be keeping this high puff like this when I sleep at night, so that in the morning my hair can be up standing still. And anyway, you guys, because I'm one person that is very sensitive, I don't like hair on my face. I don't want hair anyway closer to my face. I always try to avoid hairstyles whereby my afro will be just out and not be well tacked. I just avoid those type of hairstyles, but I know there are people that like those. But one thing that I realize is that if you're someone that has a very sensitive skin, letting your hair down and letting your hair come into your face or come in contact with your face can easily cause you to break out, because the ingredient used in the hair product may not be graceful to your facial skin. And anyway, you guys, if you're wondering if I use any supplement to keep this hair growing, no, I don't use any supplement. But one thing that I think I noticed when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was using supplements for people that are pregnant, and anyway guys, I noticed that some of the supplements that were there, you may still find them in your multivitamins, which is one thing that I do take ever since I started with my perimenopause. I started to really getting sick a lot, and post-COVID I became sick a lot. So my GP recommends that I use multivitamins. Every day I take multivitamins. Nowadays, since I'm on perimenopause, I take multivitamins for women. So I think it has some sort of extra benefits, but I don't know if that actually has anything to do with hair growth. I don't see my hair growing as much as it was when I was pregnant. I think the volume in which my hair grows is tolerable, because thinking of people that are on their perimenopause who are having their hair shedding, I'm actually grateful for the fact that my hair can still be easily maintained without any hassle, because I actually noticed that a lot of people on their perimenopause, they lose their hair, they have their hair shedding during stress. Some people, as they age, they suffer excessive hair loss. Some even end up losing their hairline due to hormonal imbalance. So as for me, not to say that on my perimenopause I'm not having hormonal imbalance, mine are too bad. But anyway you guys, I will see you on the next video, and I wanted to do this video very quick because the national rugby team has won the World Cup. The spirit here in South Africa is so high and above, and I think all of Africa, because I also cheer with people of Africa if their team are winning, not just people of Africa. And anyway you guys, I used to love Marion Jones. He was an athlete. I used to love her when I was growing up. I used to love a lot of people around the world. I actually am a love of sports, even though I'm not the active person. I used to play ladies soccer, I used to do aerobics, I used to do a lot of stuff. During my youth time or during my school years, I used to be involved in a lot of sporting activity. I used to be the most active person, but as a grow-up child, life has brought me into the place where I'm at. And with that being said, as we celebrated the Springbok for winning the World Cup, let me roll ahead and wrap up this tutorial. And anyway you guys, this is Yogo Royal T signing off.